You don't have an AI problem. You probably just have a consumption problem. You've saved courses, started tutorials, but when it's time to actually build something, you get stuck. And somehow, people who started after you are already ahead. And it's not because they're smarter or working harder. They're just following a better order. And that's exactly what we're going to break down in this video. A simple roadmap based on how people are actually getting hired in AI today. Before we get into the steps though, it's important to understand what an AI engineer actually does. It's not just someone who uses AI tools, it's someone who builds system with them. Things like chatbots, assistants, and automation tools. So instead of asking AI questions, you're building products that answer them. And once you understand that shift, the rest of this roadmap will make a lot more sense. With that in mind, the first step is the foundation. And this is where most people tend to go wrong because they try to jump straight into AI without building the basics first. But the reality is, AI isn't step one. Your foundation is. Because every AI system is built on code and logic. That's why starting with Python is important, not in a passive way where you're just watching tutorials, but in an active way where you're actually writing code, solving small problems, and getting comfortable working with APIs. Because if this part isn't solid, everything that comes after will feel harder than it should. Once you're comfortable with the basics, moving into machine learning becomes much easier to understand. And at a high level, it's actually quite simple. You're teaching machines to recognize patterns, whether it's identifying spam, predicting prices, or recommending content. The core idea stays the same. However, this is also where a lot of people fall into familiar pattern, where they keep learning more but don't spend enough time applying it. So nothing really sticks. And that's why it helps to keep it simple by following a loop of learning something, applying it, and then repeating that process consistently. After that, you can start exploring modern AI systems like ChatGPT, and at this stage, you don't need to go very deep at theory, but you do need a basic understanding of how the systems behave. For example, how models process text in tokens, why there are limits, and how even small changes in your input can affect the output. When you begin to notice these patterns, AI stops feeling random and you start to understand why it responds the way it does, which gives you so much more control when you're building with it. Up until now, this point, most of your focus has been on learning. But now you start shifting towards actually building. And this is an important transition because there's a big difference between understanding something and being able to use it. This is where you begin working with APIs, sending inputs to models, receiving outputs, and integrating those into real applications. Whether it's a chatbot that answers questions from a document or a tool that summarizes meeting notes. The goal isn't to build something complex right away, but to build something real, and along the way things will break, which is completely fine because that's where most of the learning actually happens. As you build a few projects, you'll start to notice a limitation. Your applications work, but only with general knowledge, and they don't really interact with your own data. So the next step is learning how to connect your AI systems to real data sources like documents, databases, or internal tools. Now, instead of relying purely on what the model already knows, you design systems that first retrieve the right information and then generate response based on it. And this is how most real-world AI applications are built today. As your projects become more advanced, your perspective also begins to shift because it's no longer just about whether something works. You start thinking about whether it works reliably, whether it can handle multiple users, and whether it can scale over time. Building something once is relatively straightforward, but building something that continues to work under real conditions is a very different challenge. And this is where you begin to think more like an engineer. So by this point, it becomes clear that you don't need more courses. What you really need is proof of work, projects that solve real problems, something people can actually use, and something you can confidently explain. When someone looks at your work, they're not evaluating how much you've studied. They're looking at whether you can build, and that's what ultimately makes difference. So to sum it up, becoming an AI engineer is all about building. Even before you feel ready, the people getting hired aren't the ones who know the most. They're the ones who've built something. So start small, stay consistent, and a few months from now, you'll have a real work to show. That's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.